Hello and welcome to part 2 of my SSD installation project. So now that the iBook is put back together and the SSD is installed, as well as the new optical drive, it is now time to install macOS 10 Tiger. So I'll let this boot from CD, and then I'll get back to you when it's done, because I want to conserve as much tape as possible on this. So I will be back shortly. Okay, so here we are at the installation screen. So first off, I'm going to partition the disk two ways, because I will be dual booting macOS 10 Tiger and macOS 9.2.2. I figure in this case it would be easier to keep Macintosh HD. Oh wait, no. Sorry, I named these incorrectly. There we go. I figured it'd be easier to keep the old name for the macOS 9 partition, because then I won't have to deal with a whole bunch of broken aliases and such. Nothing was on that volume. So that is finished. And now we can continue with the installation. And I'm going to be installing a mere iBook SSD because that is what I'm intending to install Tiger on. And I don't need anything that it adds by default, but I will take X11 because that's cool. Now install, continue installation. I can just skip that. And so now it is installing. I don't think you want to see just this installing, so I will come back when it's finished installing. The installation just finished and the computer is restarting. I really hope it's going to eject the disk, because or I hope that it shows the start disk as the SSD, because otherwise it will boot off the disk. And it sounds like it is booting off the SSD, which is nice. And as with every macOS 10 first boot, we get the intro video. which should come in, I'm not sure, probably a few seconds. Oh, no. It was just continuing the installation. I forgot Tiger rebooted during the installation. So anyway, I'll be back when it actually finishes. So it is now installed, and I'll go through this, just this welcome screen, and I'll get back to you when I'm at the desktop. And so here we are at the desktop. I have wireless access, and Maribook HD has nothing on it yet because I haven't put OS 9 on it yet. First I'll just focus on configuring OS 10, and then after that's done I'll put on my pre-configured OS 9 installation. So I guess now all that I need to do is configure the installation and copy over OS 9 stuff, and then I'll get back to you when I'm all done with that. So, here we have the finished macOS 10.4 Tiger install. There's not really much special about this. I really just based my installation in configuration of this on the one on my Power Mac, only I made it smaller to accommodate the fact that this is the laptop and doesn't need everything that my Power Mac needs. But yeah. So yeah, I don't really have much to say about this, honestly. It's it's an installation of macOS 10.4. I can show battery stats. Actually, there is something I want to try while we're here. And this is really quite fast. I would say the G3 on macOS 10 is slower than what I'm used to, given that I've only really ever used G4s before I got this iBook, but it's still decently responsive, I'd say. Yeah, it runs fine. But 10.4 Fox will take a bit to start up, like, you know, normal. So I'm going to let it do that, and then I'll come back once I have the program that I want to try out downloaded. So I wanted to get the Coconut battery analyzer, app on here just to see what it said, but yeah, apparently it's not available for versions below 10.7, or at least there wasn't a download on their site. So instead, I just want to go into about this Mac and look at the battery, because this battery, as you know, I got used, and I haven't really had a chance to look at it. And here's my system, a 500 megahertz PowerPC G3 processor, 640 megabytes of single density RAM. So yeah, and system profiler. The DVD drive I just put in, and the SSD with the adapter is here. Let's see, power. "181 cycles." So it's not a new battery by any means, but it's not extremely used by any means either. So yeah, I guess that's about it for macOS 10. So now let's see how fast macOS 9 boots, because the thing is, I didn't have OS 10 installed on here before, as you know, so there's no real comparison for like boot time for OS 10. But for OS 9, on the other hand, there's going to be some definite. I'm definitely going to be able to compare these two, and I think with the SSD, OS 9 will boot a lot faster. Ah, yes, that is a lot faster, just loading the extensions and stuff. And so yeah, here's macOS 9. I'm going to be booting back into macOS 10 after this, so I'm just going to go ahead and select that. But so yeah, and everything is as I left it. I did have to rebuild the desktop file after copying things back, but yeah, everything is still how I left it, which is awesome. So yeah, that's it for today. This will be making an appearance in a future video because I do have something planned, but until then, I thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.